Hi, my name is Denis Rivin. Welcome to the second edition of the Bloxhub Actual News Collab. I have a lot of wonderful news to share with you. Many amazing things have happened all over the world, and the very best thing of all, check this out, got a new studio, that's pretty cool. I feel, promoted in life. That's nice. We're gonna have some good times in here. Let's begin. Something happened in the United States of America very recently that we cannot not talk about. We have to kind of talk about it. It's about the election. The election took place, and it was just, it's like, it's nice it's over with, at least, kind of, for now. Let's put it like that. But the good news is that there were so many other interesting things on the American ballots besides the unbelievably time and resource consuming popularity contest to see who ultimately gets to control everything. We'll cover three main areas today: global development, the green transition, and mental health. And I'll be dripping a few of these much less talked about stories from the American election throughout the next 10 minutes. So please stick around. Starting off in global development, we'll head to the US for a moment, where records were broken and history was made when the largest number of women ever were elected to serve in the American Congress. 131 in total, 100 Democrats and 31 Republicans, with women now holding 23% of the House and 26% of the Senate. Great, that's very great. Huge congratulations. One of the greatest wins was naturally Kamala Harris becoming the first woman and the first person of color to be elected Vice President of the United States. An incredible achievement, I find, quite perfectly illustrated through this particular meme. It really does tell you what you need to know, about time. It's good. Moving on to Finland, where something truly innovative is taking place. The city of Helsinki is offering a relocation package to the Finnish capital, a 90-day free trial of everyday life in order for the city to attract talent, and for the talent to actually go there, experience firsthand how it is, and get a taste of their future in the city before deciding whether actually to relocate for real or not. That's a really interesting approach, and the package is targeted you as an individual or your entire family. The package includes housing, daycare or schooling for the kids, and personal introductions to technology hubs and business networks to get you started, and you get it all for free. Also, and quite contrary to most European immigration policies, what you get at the end of your temporary citizenship is support to apply for permanent residency and everything needed for a longer stay. How cool is that? That's really, it doesn't resemble many other things we see in Europe at the moment. It's very interesting and it's innovative. I haven't seen anything like it. I don't know if you have you? There's a great discussion here about future citizenship in general. Can you imagine a world where relocation is easy, borderless, and fluid? How would it impact the way states and cities compete for talent if mobility wasn't as restricted as it is today? Like, would it incentivize far larger efforts to actually retain citizens if relocation was as easy and as common between countries as it is today between companies? These are good questions. Moving on to the second category of today, the green transition. It's one of my absolutely favorite topics because it's the centerpiece of most things going on in the world right now. Economy, politics, construction, agriculture, transportation, what have you. Avoiding climate catastrophe is slowly but surely becoming talk of town. And I am no future teller, or what's it called, fortune teller, I think it's called. But I promise you one thing: climate will be the business model busting agenda of this decade. People shifting their mentality and businesses adjusting their business models and value chains in order to accommodate and accelerate the inevitable departure from fossil fuels will be the winners of tomorrow. I believe, it's my humble opinion, but spending as much time researching groundbreaking advancements in technology, science, and global development as I do, I see signs of this in all directions. And it's interesting, like the thing with the green transition is that people talk about it as if it's something in the future or the distant future even. People talk about immature technologies or financial constraints holding us back or the pandemic slowing down the progress. But in fact, the green transition is already ongoing big time. It has begun. And if you snooze, you lose. In the last video, we briefly touched upon the International Energy Agency declaring solar energy for the new king of electricity markets, declaring solar energy for the cheapest form of electricity in history. And we talked about, for example, how BP has seemingly shifted to a radically aggressive strategy in order to position itself as a market leader of a sustainable future. Since the last video, these are just a few examples of the things that have happened. First, the world's third largest electric utility company, Iberdrola, I think it's called Iberdrola, has pledged $75 billion in order to double its renewable capacity within 5 years. And notice the headline here. It says to capitalize on energy transition. They are not necessarily doing this to save the planet or the future of our children. They are doing it because renewable energy has already become highly profitable, and that's fine with me. As long as that's what they're investing in and not more oil or coal, it's fine. It's fine. Vamos! At the same time, the Philippine government is ending energy neutrality, as it's called, in order to build a more cost-competitive and resilient energy future, meaning actively embracing renewables through a $30 billion investment and actively banning any new construction of coal power plants because it's cheaper. The green transition is already happening big time because right now, and probably hopefully for all time to come, you get 2 for 1. Going sustainable saves the planet and it saves you money. Nice. Congratulations to all of us. Heading back to the US for the final stage of this video, the wonderful people of Columbus, the capital of Ohio, counting almost 1 million people, spent the election day voting overwhelmingly in favor of a complete transition to 100% citywide green electricity plan by 2023. That's very soon, very soon. Like, we're almost in 2023 now. Like, 76% voted yes to the ballot, and city councilman Rob Duran said it's good for the environment, it's good for jobs, and it's good for the ratepayers. Well said, Rob. And this is the segue to the very last part of the video concerning mental health. In the States, on that very same election day, where all eyes were fixed on Trump and Biden, the good people of Oregon voted in favor of a completely different ballot, making Oregon the very first state in history to legalize psilocybin. That's the psychoactive ingredient in so-called magic mushrooms. Wow, that's radical. Why would they do that? Well, they have legalized this specific drug only for mental health treatment. I really sincerely recommend anyone just slightly interested in mental health and mental health treatments to read up on this, because we are witnessing nothing short of a medical revolution right now with radical new treatments using consciousness expanding compounds like psilocybin, LSD, MDMA, and a few other compounds to treat highly widespread conditions like PTSD, stress, anxiety, and depression. Very, very popular forms of suffering, you can say. It's really quite amazing. I have many thoughts about this. I have many opinions on this topic, and we'll be revisiting this in future episodes, I promise. For now, I will just point you and your attention in the direction of this new study released in November 2020 at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, concluding that 2 doses of psilocybin given in tandem with supportive psychotherapy produces rapid and large reductions of depressive symptoms. 4 weeks after this single session, 67% of the participants in the clinical study showed more than 50% reduction in depression symptoms, while a staggering 54% of these heavily depressed people didn't even qualify as being depressed any longer. Like, it sounds almost too good to be true, but it's not. It's just good and true. And besides these results, the researchers also concluded that psilocybin is in general 4 times more effective than ordinary antidepressants. I think this is a wonderfully high note to end on. Please do read up on any of these things for yourself if you wish so. All links are provided below the video. Thank you very much for your time. This was Actual News at Bloxhub. My name is Denis Rivin. Until next time.